Welcome, Vanessa Zamora here, and joining me now is Dixon Jones, Managing Director, at Receptional.
Hi, Vanessa.
Welcome again. Yeah. First off, let's hit up that session that you're speaking on tomorrow. Yeah. It is, and there's no way I could possibly remember this, real world, low risk, high rewarding link building. I've asked Dixon to share one tip he plans on sharing tomorrow.
Well, I think that he put so many adjectives into the presentation that it's going to be hard to get things that do all of those. But I did come across a link which is on a government website in the States, which lists all of the bankrupt companies in the US. And I thought in time of recession, what you could do is have a look at your competitors that are going down, particularly ones in your area. They're going to have an awful lot of links coming into their website. Well, you could buy the domain off the administrator, of course, but also they're going to have a lot of links coming into your website at those websites, and you could possibly go and see those links and say, hey, that information you were pointing to isn't there anymore, but why don't you change that link and point it to us? So that might be a good one.
And then we wanted to talk about, secondly, Dixon has a new service at Receptional. It's called
Link Reclamation. Yeah. So what we're doing is we've teamed up with the guys at Majestic, because as you know, I'm also marketing director on Majestic SEO, which is a massive link building database. And what we're doing is taking all the links that are coming into a website. And having a look at all the ones that are coming in that aren't reporting a 200 response, which is a normal response you'd expect, or a 301 response that redirects to a proper page on the website. So there's lots and lots of web pages, usually on an established website, where there's links coming in to pages that no longer exist. And what we're trying to do is then go through and do some testing on those and coming up with a list of all the URLs that a website has that has inbound links already, but they're not reconciling to the right place. So then we can just go back to the webmaster and say, hey, 301 all these onto these new pages, and you've got new links.
Wham, bam, thank you, man. It's easy like that.
That's right.
And so is that a free service you offer, or would they inquire for?
Well, firstly, you could try and do it yourself. You've got to go and download a spreadsheet from Majestic for all of your inbound links, and then you've got to go into a bulk HTTP header checker to go and check them all. So what we've done at Reception is we built our own, but it's not publicly available because it'll probably get hacked, attacked to death. So we do run the service and do it all for people, because it can be, a reasonably lengthy process, especially if you've got to write your own. But you can go and find bulk HTTP header checkers that do it. What ours do as well, though, is that over time, people do 301 redirects, but then they redo another incarnation of their website and another 301 redirect or a 302 redirect. So you can, a site can go through, or a link can go through several hops before it gets to the page that it's supposed to get to. So we check for that as well, and we can pull those down. So if the site's been around a long time, it's probably got a few of those lying around.
Excellent. And speaking of building things, you have built, now you were telling me your second URL shortener. Why so?
Yeah, well, my first one got hacked to bits and got used by probably the porn industry. I'm just guessing there. But, I think that having your own URL shortener is a sensible thing to do. I do counsel against using, if you care about the link, using a third-party URL shortener, because you're just giving away unnecessarily a bit of equity in your world. Anybody could redirect that link to anywhere else in the world. The owner of that site can redirect it. They could put cloaking in there. They could put any kind of redirect in there that they want. They could put lay cookies down for affiliate programs down there. So I think using your own software for a URL shortener makes sense, and it's not expensive to do. I bought a 2-letter domain name with a 2-letter country code for $50, and got a script for free. That's probably a dodgy one, getting one for free, because that can also be hacked. But anyway, but we put it up, and now we're in control of our own domains. And so I think it's a good thing to do if you can, take the time.
Great information there. And projections for 2010. What will we see in internet marketing? Will social media continue to take off?
Well, that's the $1 million question, isn't it? I thought something really interesting today was, or in the last couple of days, was News International have made moves to say that they're going to stop all their content being indexed by Google. Now, on its own, that doesn't mean very much, but if all of the other major publishers start to do that as well, and a lot of other people do that as well, then that could have interesting repercussions, because it may dilute the value of Google's index a little bit. But if no one else sort of follows News International, and at the moment, from what I've seen, everybody's laughing at the notion, then it won't happen. But I do think that some other changes in technology. I think that perhaps Twitter is reaching its peak now. And I guess it's a bit like MySpace and stuff like that. They've got to a certain level and then they seem to be doing things. But I did see today that Twitter is sort of combining with LinkedIn, and so and they've also made their deals with Microsoft and with Google. So perhaps they're going to metamorphosize into something slightly different and use real-time search effectively in the search engine. So I see a coming together of social media platforms and search engine, the more traditional search engines, a little bit more in the future.
Excellent. Thank you, Dixon, for your time as always, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Thanks a lot, Vanessa.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.